Should you go to college? Should you drop out and become a professional vapor? Should you chill in your mom's basement and play COD? These are some of the questions we will be answering today. This is such a serious video for my channel. Hey, what's up guys? Today, we're gonna do something kind of different. We're gonna do something serious. I know, it's gonna be kind of hard. Usually we're all about laughing, taking it easy on this channel, but today we're talking about something very important. Basically, I'll tell you a little bit about what I did and then we can discuss what you should do. Let's get into the content. Should you go to college? And more specifically, should you go to CU Boulder? So, I guess you could say I have a pretty radical point of view on college and school in general because I hate school. I've always hated school, literally since the day I first went to kindergarten. So I took a gap year after senior year of high school. I worked and traveled. Easily the best year of my life. I just learned so much about what I want to do, who I actually am, what I'm interested in, like what kind of life I could see myself living. All these important things that you should probably know too. So if you're debating taking a gap year, this is kind of a tangent. Do it. Just fucking do it. But let's get into the actual should you go to college question. I'm at college right now at CU Boulder, and so I feel like I have like some perspective on what college is. College is kind of like the big culmination of your education, but college is expensive, and for that reason it's a very important decision to make. You definitely don't need to pay $50,000 a year to figure out what you want to do, because although it's a good place to try out a lot of different things, you can do that by yourself if you're disciplined, and the key is discipline here, okay? What I would recommend personally, and I'm not a fucking expert on anything, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, is if you don't know what you want to do, take a gap year. That's a bottom line. You would learn a lot about what you would want to study at college. However, if you do know what you want to do, I would see if you have to go to college to do that thing. Me personally, I know I want to make videos and want to do some type of business, but I'm fortunate enough that my parents can pay for my college, which is just really fucking awesome. Obviously, that's not the case for a lot of people, but for me, I'm super fucking lucky. That's why I'm here, literally. But hey, you want to weigh in on this topic?
Sure. Did you make my bed?
Yeah, it was for this. It's for the set. This is my roommate Baxter. He's gonna weigh in on the conversation.
It's a difficult one. I would say networking is one of the most important things in life. Just having connections and people to talk to and get advice from and kind of be there for you as a support system. That's kind of one of the biggest things in life, is just I guess having friends and people who care about you.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10.
Although yes, college sometimes is a little tedious and it's why the fuck am I here? Why am I putting myself through more school?
It's worth it for the connections.
It's worth it for the connections.
But only if you're not gonna go into debt, I'd say.
That's true.
If you have to get a loan, don't go to college. You can network in other ways.
Yeah.
And figure out what you want to do in other ways, unless you want to be a doctor, engineer, or lawyer. Then definitely go.
Definitely go.
If you don't know what you want to do, take a gap year. Be alive.
You can start your own business without college, but if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, if you want to,
you're kind of shit out of luck if you want to be an engineer. And
if you want to join a firm or do something like that, you need a degree.
9 to 5. I can never see myself
in a 9 to 5. Neither can I.
Everybody's different, so if you feel like you need it to be, an engineer, do the 9 to 5, then definitely go.
It's just the thing with college. It's really important for expanding your circles, I guess, and just learning different perspectives. And that's kind of the most important thing about life in general, is just understanding different perspectives. And that's kind of what college provides more than anything.
So the answer to the question. This is such a serious video for my channel. It's kind of fun to make though. Should you go to college? Oh, also, I guess I'm being more specific. Should you go to CU Boulder? Well, I don't know, Baxter, what do you think? Should you go to CU Boulder?
Any experience is what you make of it. And so if you can really dive in and because the thing is Boulder has just so much shit. So many things to do.
So much shit.
It's unbelievable. You can get overwhelmed by that, but if you really put your head down and try, you can get so much out of it.
But it's a dope school. We have struggled with the party culture. Because we like to be productive and do shit. And this is obviously a broad generalization, but most of the kids here party a lot. Which isn't necessarily bad, but it's just not really our thing. Like, if you're down to party, then come to CU. But there is a good balance, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty stoked with the balance. It's hard to say no.
It's just
sometimes.
because
So we're still adjusting. But overall, for me at least, the experience has been lit. Meeting hella people, making hella connections, and generally just having a good ass time. But like, I would not go into debt for this experience.
No,
That's the bottom line.
I mean, if you need like an $1,000 loan, that's not that bad. Like,
yeah, we're talking like $100,000.
just don't put yourself in like life debt. That's like kind of the biggest thing, because those interest rates will fuck you over really quickly.
They will fuck you hard. You can do it. Tons of people do it, but I mean, it's not ideal at all. So, in conclusion, should you go to college? Maybe. It depends.
I wouldn't say maybe, I would say yes, depending on your circumstances.
Yeah. Let's wrap this video up. There's a lot to be learned from the gap year. Definitely go if you want more connections and networking.
And a degree never hurts.
That's a good point too. A degree never hurts. Unless you're going thousands of dollars in debt. You're already behind the ball if you graduate with debt. Like, very behind the ball. If you're talking about quote unquote financial freedom.
But also, we understand that like we are very fortunate we are
so fucking lucky
in our financial situation. So like, it's easy for us to say a lot of these things, and we understand that like a lot of people out there don't have opportunities like we do. So I mean, it's really subjective, all of this. So
there's a lot to consider. Hope this gave you guys some value. Drop a comment if you think you should go to college, and comment if you're in college, and comment if you're not in college but thinking about going to college, and also comment if you think we should not have gone to college. Just comment a lot.
Say what's on your mind.
Just speak your mind. Speak it. Alright guys, see you next time. Peace. And I'm not a fucking expert on anything, so take everything I say with a grain of salt.